police in curbing crime, in curbing some of these illicit activities happening in that local government area. It worked. It worked. And as a result, many other local governments emulated and decided to, spring up their own local police. They called it OSPAC. Or they had different names, but, the PAC was still part of it, right? However, just like OSPAC in Onelga, stories began to emerge as to certain activities that were not necessarily in accordance with the law. Sometimes you hear stories like the police arrested an OSPAC member in XYZ local government. Sometimes you hear, one OSPAC member was, involved in XYZ. And the stories, began to multiply. We saw situations where when there was a change in the leadership of local government administrations, MOA comes to mind. The security outfit was dissolved and a new one formed. Now, if we take the MOA situation, when Chidi Lloyd came into office at the time, we saw that it caused some level of insecurity along that stretch of River State. Yeah, as time went by, I get it. All of the, things change, I would say. However, even up until now, was it yesterday, the day before? I think it was on Monday, if I remember vividly. We saw a story where, some complaints about the local police in MOA local government area, the back and the forth caused insecurity. Now, why am I taking my time to explain? In Obio Akpor local government area, the chairman, Chijoke Unwo, has decided to also ban OSPAC in the local government area. Now, he did this a couple of days ago, and I think it was yesterday. He had a meeting with the disbanded members of OSPAC. It said a couple of things on his Twitter page that they would not be allowed to carry arms, that no security outfit would be allowed to carry arms apart from the police in that local government. He also mentioned, some other issues, pertaining to security. He talked about how OSPAC was created to help solve, the issue of insecurity in the local government, but they ended up aiding, because there were several complaints according to him. He then said, this is where it gets interesting, that they will be the formation of a new security outfit in the local government to help police the various communities. So it doesn't sound like I'm making this up. In a jiffy, I would play the sound bite, I'll play a sound clip of Chijoke Unwo where he was explaining how and why he did what he has done, which is the banning of OSPAC in Obio Akpor. Do you think this is a good move for those of you in Obio Akpor local government area, for those of you in other local government areas who must have experienced one way or the other the activities of these local vigilantes, or should I call them local security outfits? What would you really say? Is this a good move? Is this a bad move? I would like to hear from you, right? I'd like to hear your thoughts, because security is very paramount, not just to individuals, but to economic growth, to, investments coming into the state. Do you think the police, all on its own, can police the 23 local governments in River State? Do you think there is the necessity for local security outfits? And if yes, the big question is, how do we structure this local police, or should I say this local security outfits, so that we can get the best out of them? Because we have seen situations where, these security outfits were used to arrest husbands or wives, in family matters, boyfriend and girlfriends, and even go. I've seen them beat up people. I've seen them. This is me giving my own eyewitness report. I've seen them beat people. My question once again is, how do we get the best out of local security outfits if you say the police all on its own cannot police all of Rivers State? And by the way, how is the police doing? I know that's going to be a separate conversation some other day, but maybe I can just still sneak it in for today. How's the police doing, by the way? All right, I'd like to hear from you. The phone lines 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. Those are the call numbers. Do you think this is a good move? Banning OSPAC in Obio local government area. In Port Harcourt local government area, I do understand we've got the Job Vigilante, right? If you're in that local government, would you say the Job Vigilante has been doing all right? Would you say the Job Vigilante has, been doing great? And if you say so, is there something that other security outfits can emulate from that one? But really, how do we get the best out of local vigilantes? Some people say this might just be a political move on the part of Chijioke Unwo, given that he's looking for a security outfit loyal to him. Remember, in Ikwere local government area, there is that accusation that OSPAC there is not loyal to the local government chairman, Barrister Aposi. I've got Victor. Victor is calling from Owerri. Victor, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Good evening, Canada.
Yeah, Victor from Owerri, let us get your thoughts quickly. Your time starts now.
Well, I think there should be a synergy between the Nigeria Police Force and local security agencies in order to combat crime, because if you look at what is happening in the country, Nigeria is under police. So we don't have enough policemen on ground to do the work of protecting lives and property. So there should be a kind of synergy whereby the police will work with local vigilantes, because if you look at even what is happening, some of these vigilantes that live in rural area, they know where these criminals, where their hideouts are. So police cannot do everywhere. So I think if there should be a synergy, that would be going to be better in order for us to enhance security in the states.
All right, then. All right, thank you very much, Victor. Victor says, there should be local vigilante, but they should work in synergy with the police. I've got John from Malakaya. John, welcome. I can hear you, John, but you would have to still be audible. Let's get your thoughts quickly.
Okay. Based on the decision from the local government chairman, based on what you are saying within the community, some of these OSPAC members have deviated from their work. A few weeks ago, they are discussing concerning roadblock.
In what area?
They are starting on the road collecting money.
In what area?
From Alakaya, close to car wash. And the other side of car wash of Emily. And the other side of Rumalo. Another group are there, two groups collecting money every night. They are not police. This is not what they send them for. And the minute they close, they go home to their house and sleep. While some things are going on wrong to the community. It's not proper.
All right.
From my own point of view, if they want to arrange anything security, government need to try to pay them.
All right.
So that they will not be tempted to do some kind work.
All right, pay them. John, thank you. I've got to go. John says we should pay them, but we've got a commercial. After the commercial, we'll talk some more, and I'll play the soundbite, so please do stay tuned.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info. We'll be right
info. And yes, I am Kala Dakorubat. But we're looking at community policing, more focused on Akpor, because the local government chairman has banned OSPAC in his local government, and he says he will form a new one, but this time there will be profiling. The profiling will be done by the DSS and the police, River State Command. So let's quickly look at the statement he put out 2 days ago on his X account. He says, a day after I announced the immediate disbandment of a local vigilante group, popularly known as OSPAC, I have told the group that they no longer exist. I made the official communication while meeting with the management of OSPAC at the council secretariat. He goes on to say that council secretariat, I think, and that's all he says there. And he says, on Tuesday, 12 November 2024, I told members of the now defunct group to go home and sleep and never return to any community for any purpose pending official profiling by the police and DSS. I told those present at the meeting that I feel let down that those who were supposed to maintain law and order in the various communities turned out to be nightmare for the people of Akpor. I said going forward, no one will be allowed to bear arms in the name of OSPAC. I also disclosed that there would be a name change for the new security architecture that will be put in place in the various communities in Akpor, but said the days of OSPAC is gone for good. I also announced the disbandment of community policing in all the communities in Akpor. That was the statement. But let's take a listen to the chairman speaking about 3 days ago.
Some persons and the DSS and others. One measures of this issue of one chance, and then the police authority need to look into these activities. A lot of people have been looted, and somebody died about 2 days ago when he was pushed down along this Joachim Road to identify all the details that they should immediately swing into action at official this criminal element who are perpetrating evil in our local government. And that we also looked at the issue of OSPAC. Currently, from now, we have banned the activity of OSPAC in our local governments, and by tomorrow, we are meeting with all the OSPAC leadership in Obio local government, because we are aware that some paramount rulers have their own OSPAC. They arrive at another OSPAC, so we need to know who is carrying arms in our local government. Most of them are putting on black, carrying gun, unauthorized by the security agents. I also notify the Commissioner of Police. So we'll be meeting with them tomorrow. We'll profile them before we now hand over them to the communities. You go to Alakaya, they have 2 OSPAC in Alakaya. You go to Akpor, they have 2 OSPAC operating illegally. So for now, the activities of OSPAC in the local government is ceased to operate. So the public should take note while we sit down and know those who are carrying arms in the vehicle. Because there is need to even loot people, they even have cells, beating people up. A lot of people have died in cause. So the security agencies have met, and I said we need to provide them. And we're not going to name them OSPAC. We're another name, we're going to name that outfit to checkmate what's happening in the community. So the public should be aware.
All right, Chijike Nwa there, the chairman, Akpor local government chairman. Akpor local government area, I beg your pardon, sorry about that. But yet again, the question I want to ask you, how best can we structure community policing, especially in River State? Because it looks like in all the local governments, the complaints are the same. It looks like, everybody is questioning the local security outfits in the same way. The same questions are being asked, maybe because they're behaving alike. So how best can we structure? Because this is not the first time we are getting to hear that the local security outfit will be profiled, or the members will be profiled. But yet again, it looks like the results are always the same. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. Have you ever, had any bad experience with community policing in your area or your vicinity, or where you work? I like to hear. I've got Nathaniel, and Nathaniel is calling me from Bonny Island. Let's take a listen to Nathaniel's thoughts now. Nathaniel, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Basubo, if you follow the issue of River State and OSPAC, you will know that this profiling does not end. It does not. Because the next chairman that will come in each local government will also want to profile them. The next one will want to profile. The profiling does not end. But the fact is that I believe that the chairman that comes will always want, because each chairman is the chief security of each local government. So it will always be preferable, to him that he is in charge of the local government and not he is in charge and a security outfit is there that does not obey him. Like what happens in the current local government and Moha, where the local government chairman is there and a local security outfit is behaving in a different way. So I believe this is the reason why the local government chairman, the Akpor local government, really want to really re-profile them and they want them to be under him so that he will be in charge of the local government.
So it's about him being in charge.
Hello?
So it is about him being in charge for you.
That is exactly what I'm saying. It's just about him. It's just like the governor being the chief security of the state. The local government will also want to be in charge. Because before he came in, some other local government chairman was there. And he's also had his footprint there. So for him to be in charge, he will want to dismantle whatever security sector that was there before he came in.
Right.
So that the next one that will come will always be under him. He will be in charge of them. So that is exactly what happened. Even in my local government in Andoni, we still have the same thing. Problem here and there. And the insecurity that's happening. Most of those boys who are carrying him, most of them were not even profiled. The local government chairman is not even in charge of them. And they behave the way they like. They get people arrested. They have been in charge of judging cases of boyfriend.
Nathaniel, I've got to go, but thank you. I've got Richard from Rumigbo. Richard, welcome. What is on your mind? 2 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Kalada.
Yeah, greetings.
Just want to contribute quickly to the conversation you're having.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think from my experience, being into security somewhat overseas, I think Nigeria has a lot of issues with its security, not just with the local one, even the national one. They are very porous. Our security architecture is very extremely porous. We are not talking recently about the border and the whole issues with the border. I went to a police station one day. I was shocked. The whole situation in that place, the blind spots everywhere. No CCTV, no coverage. No. I'm like, come on, is this a security station? Now, why am I saying this? I go through the room hall area every day. I meet the OSPAC around there. They are very unprofessional the way they do things. And sometimes I get baffled a lot with the way they handle things. The bottom line is, the one word that the chairman used was profile. When we start to get data, our biggest problem in this country is data collection. I hear people calling you about, or calling your station, other programs, about things happening within their localities to report. That's meant to be the job of the police or these security architectures. But we don't have those data. How would they reach them? How would they give this report? How would they even do that going to the station without being victimized themselves? That is the reason why things are going on bad in this country. If you start to profile these guys very well, use the proper data, I bet you're going to get Nigeria working well again. But what do I even know? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Richard. Richard has given his thoughts there. But let's hear from Clinton. Clinton is calling from Bori. Clinton, welcome.
Yeah, Clara, good evening.
Yeah, greetings.
The serious issues of OSPAC. This is why I don't support the idea of community policing, because they are not properly profiled. And like what UK is trying to do, no matter how he's trying to sugarcoat it, to fine-tune it, he's trying to have control of those security outfits. That's what he's trying to do. But I, for one, I don't support OSPAC or any form of local security. I believe that this local security should be under the police if there is need for that. Now, if we can properly, support the police, the Nigerian police force to do their duties, we'll get it well in terms of security. But for me, these local security aspects, for me, I think that they will be used as tools in the hands of the politicians, like what is going to pay at Obio now. He has disbanded them, and they say he's going to set up his own that will profile by DSS, which we know will not be properly done. So if we are doing this thing, that should be done properly. And they should be properly profiled and done directly under the Nigerian police force. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton. I've got Peter from Elime. Peter, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome.
You know, when the church, the people who look for alternative security in order to police or guidance, I've got to realize that in time past, Nigerian police have failed in its responsibility to secure life and property of Nigerians. If you go to some divisions today, what you see is business transaction, not even police. Right from gates, building sites, you'll be ashamed of police work. I visited one in one policeman before it, Romokoro. By then, I was so ashamed. Where police will be at the gate, struggling for customers, as if maybe they are buyers are looking for accidentally. And before you start the matter, you start spending money. At the end of the day, you even abandon it. As to a point, I even tell the master, oh, go, I don't forgive you. That's a problem. But if you take security outfit now, OSPAC, if you look at the activity, what they did is greater. And so when they formed the league, by then you'll be so ashamed. They beat up policemen in the division, and so when they were formed, they even say that they are trained by army, so police are just like their children. Beat up police, beat some of the arm. It was even the intervention of God that now police now intervene, now they now school. So what I feel is okay, to disband us back. If you like, because even when the president wins, the president will sack the IT that will have, then sack the government and appoint the government. So you dancing the same way in order to put the government out of work.
All right. All right. So it's about control for you, Peter. But thank you very much. I cannot take another call because we do have a commercial. I see the phone lines are still blinking, but I can take another call. Yeah, I've got to go for the now, but when I do come back, we will talk some more. So please do stay tuned to 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Khaled Akpor, and it's a pleasure, right? It's a pleasure.